2, 3. It's a cooler way to do that. Let's go. Talk about that chord. Rest. Back to the chorus, whatever this is. What's happening, people? Just something I'm messing around with this afternoon. Happy 4th of July. I got the studio shut down. I was planning on doing a little something for my man, Chief Justice, a little funky little bass thing, but I'm keeping the electricity off. We can risk blowing out the goofy, wonderful C9 Christmas lights, but I think Nashville, Tennessee, Kingston Springs, Tennessee has more little like 30-minute storms with thunder. And I know when there's lightning coming because my little man Jones, one of our little dogs, just he needs a thunder buddy. Man, he starts freaking out. But I lived in Michigan, California, Kansas. You'd think Kansas has storms all the time, and they do. But I lived in Fort Collins, Colorado. I feel like there is more storms in Kingston Springs, Tennessee than anywhere I've been. But fancy problems. So yeah, well, I'm on acoustic today. So here's a chord for you. You wonderful folks joining me here. There's two guys that always did this chord that I heard in music growing up. Sting would use this thing. Man, that's king of cool chords in pop and rock music. And also, one of my heroes, I feel like a really unsung film composer. Probably he's an overseas cat. I think he's French, but I feel like we don't mention him enough. Eric Serra, and the soundtrack for the movie The Professional changed my life in high school. I watched that thing on a loop. He did La Femme Nikita, The Big Blue. I ended up doing The Fifth Element, that Bruce Willis movie back in the day. But he used some of the most beautiful chords, but that was one he. So if you would be on a normal A minor, just move up the E to F and leave that open there so you get all those nice suspensions. And I put that G on the top. And then I went up here, 5/5, which just sound like, normal thing, little suspended chord, but you stick E underneath it. Some Lance Vanderson would do. And then back to we talked about Tom Petty, got the open G where you, on the top, G, lots of G's ringing through. Open G there, G on the top, D. So 3X, open, 3, 3. So, and then the chords basically A minor 7 with a little pickup. I love the little suspensions on the way up, and then that's the F, but it's suspension. 8, 5, 5, 5. C, and the trick to it is just leave out the 1. 1. Walk-up thing was the suspensions 3, 5, pivot off that open B. Now we're 5, 5 open. Now you can hear it, 7, 5 open, and then release the tension, give them a little major chord there. Yeah, so I think that's gonna be a song called The House, kind of about a couple that's kind of downtrodden having to rob a casino, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Jimmy Webb said you start talking about a song before it's done, start talking about the cocktail party, and the Muse is gonna shut down the shop. So, folks, that was playing my little OC Martin guitar. A Martin under $2,000. It's a miracle, folks. Man, they make some beautiful stuff. They've been around since the 1800s. My man Steve Winograski out there in Guitar Corner land. I believe Steve got basically that same model. So here's to you, Steve. There is no advertising or too many shameless plugs on the Guitar Corner for you millions of YouTube viewers out there. But there will be a plug for my friend Steve Winograski, an incredible attorney. I actually met him taking his night class at UCLA, which about half of LA, the music supervisors, had taken. But he has a great book, folks. If you want to learn about all the ins and outs of music publishing, people ask me a lot about, how did I get placements and how did I learn a lot of this stuff. Luckily, I got to take his class, but before he moved out to his secret location in the Northwest and started the W Ranch with his wonderful better half, Rosemary, he put everything in one place for us. So get this freaking book, folks, Music Publishing, The Complete Guide, Mr. Winograski himself. And hats off to you, Steve. You've helped me through a lot of stuff, man. My light up drumstick. Show and tells early today, folks. Kelsey Cook, my freaking incredible drummer. She bought me these because when I was a little kid, I used to go to my grandmother's house in Barnstable, Oklahoma, and I wanted to pretend I was Kiss. So they had light up drumsticks. So whenever you hit these, they go off. I'll take them out of here. And then I also had glow in the dark Legos. I don't think I told you this story before. I would set my Legos. This is probably 9 or 10. Oh, watch out. Oh, baby. Wow, these are even cooler than I remember. Wait, I guess you have to hit something to get them going. So, ooh. Now, if Kelsey Cook was here, these things would be flying all around the room. She was in the circus, so she knows how to do a whole bunch of stuff. The drop. Ooh, the drop. See, that was White Snake. Bam. Watch out. Was that White Snake? Tommy Aldridge? Bam. See, I gotta get some stuff going. I'll get some drums going for you guys one of these times. If I'm gonna change this thing to the music corner, we're gonna play all the instruments. What the heck was I talking about? I was at folks, man, not enough coffee for me today. The new baby's doing great, by the way. I'm sleeping. What is it? Will Ferrell said, doing great. I got 47 minutes. Barnstable, Oklahoma, folks. Estelle Bridgeford's house. She had a little beauty shop. And I go in this little beauty shop in Barnstable, and I would put my glow-in-the-dark Legos under a lamp so they would be really bright. And I would keep them in a little knapsack thing. And I had my light-up drumsticks, and I had a Barnum and Bailey's circus, like a red flasher. And I'd make the family come in the dark, and I'd put on like some crazy Kiss song, and I'd start playing my drums with this, and then I'd wave my Barnum and Bailey while I did one hand, and then, folks, for the grand finale, oh wait, you both come on, man. Defective. I would throw out my glow-in-the-dark Legos, like Destroyer, like, or was it God of Thunder, like all these pieces I saw on the album covers, where, that's my fake fire. Quite high dollar pyrotechnics, but it was a blast, and, thankfully the family was kinder than they should have been. So speaking of rock and roll, freaking miracles and royalty and fire, ladies and gentlemen, another show and tell this week. I haven't seen you guys since Chet was a pup. That goes out to you, Mom. My mother does not watch this show, trust me. Rainbow in the Dark. My man Ryan Romanesco took me to see Dio's incredible documentary that debuted when we were at South by Southwest. And I got this book. Wendy Dio, his amazing wife, was there. I'm only a little bit into it, but man, you want to talk about one of the kindest human beings that was ever in the music business, who fronted, freaking Black Sabbath, the Dio stuff. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Just the amount of love and rock and roll insanity that man gave us. I'm also reading a new Terry Crews book. His power, his strength, his journey through power. I love Terry Crews, man. I just think he's just wonderful. And from Flint, Michigan, been through all kinds of crazy stuff. Really interesting human being. Okay, so I was going to show you, so I'm going to tell you a couple of Skunk Baxter updates, and we're going to keep this moving here. I'm almost done already. When I get this lit back up and it's not Storm Center here, I want to show you a couple pieces of new gear I got. and we'll get that little bass jam going next time. But I wanted to mention, I got some new placements I'm so excited about. If you've seen that, the Sopranos prequel, I have some music on all those featurettes on HBO. There's a couple like making ofs. There's a whole list of stuff. I'm putting it on social media. So folks, yeah, if I try not to do too much of this, but follow on the other sites, if you will, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I'll be posting some of this stuff. I think I'm gonna put a little PayPal link on here for the times that I actually am plugged in, and maybe we get lucky and we all learn something. You can send a couple bucks. I got that rolling right now because I've been selling my pop's video games since he passed away. I can't play video games because if I did, I wouldn't do anything else. But he had some amazing stuff. And you guys are gamers out there. I know Chief Justice, man, he makes them, creates them between Sony and Activision and all the incredible stuff he's done. But yeah, I had a sealed, an old Zelda in there. Zelda was the jam. I used to play Super Mario. I had it in television, man. I'm old enough, and television was my stuff. Man, all that stuff. Utopia, Sea Battle. Watch out. Tron Deadly Disc, that was a jam. Anyway, that's not what I sold. I sold what I had, Ocarina of Time. That was a few $100. There was this crazy game called Snatcher for 3DO. I guess on Reddit, that was like all the rage. Somebody gave me $1,300 for that video game. I couldn't even believe it, man. My eBay, I don't do a lot of eBay. My wife's helping me do this. And we got the baby and we're filling this stuff out. And all of a sudden, man, this thing is, I hope everybody out there, I hope those games work. I hope nobody's upset. I'll give you a refund, give you your money back. But yeah, I unloaded those video games. So we will buy some guitar, some baby formula, some guitars, some good stuff. I need to buy my wife something is what I need to do. Anyway, I'm just going on and on. I want to give a shout out to Jeff Skunk Baxter's incredible crew. We had such a good time on that tour. We did some of those East Coast dates. I'm really happy to announce to everybody we got the West Coast with them. It sounds like we might have the Midwest with them. Can't go to Japan with them. I wish. I think they're doing like 2 a days. They're staying busy. But we've got the show at the Troubadour coming up in Los Angeles. We got the Belly Up in San Diego. Great venues. We're up in Oakland, San Francisco, all through California there. I think it's 5 or 6 dates. And what a great crew. The band is incredible. CJ Vanston, beast. Freaking Toto. He's worked with all our heroes, Richard Marx, he's writing with a bunch of cool people. Yeah, he's a remarkable arranger, keyboardist, and just really a great hang, great fun. Everybody on that tour is just killer, man. The rhythm section's murdering. I'll talk more about them soon, but man, Skunk's son, Fender, is the tour manager, and he is one of the kindest people we've ever met. He's just wonderful. So I'm really excited to see those folks again. As you can imagine, Skunk is incredible. He reminds me of how important it is to be seeing whatever it is you are into music, to watch it live. There's something that happens live when somebody's doing this. And I think that applies even to electronic music, anything. There's something about being in a room with people and seeing how it works, but also seeing somebody emote and the whatever their instrument is being an extension of themselves. I think there's something really beautiful about that. I think it's something you can't get just at home. I don't think you can get it just woodshedding or in books. And that's nothing wrong with anybody not playing gigs out there who's just doing this as a hobby. That's great. But I mean, that's why we all enjoy live music. We feel that spirit of it. But man, watching him play and the amount of genres he has a hold of and the amount of different styles and like just seeing those licks blow by, it's just really cool. I remember when I got I mentioned this before, when my little break as a teenager was, for me back in the day when there was, people read guitar magazines. I was in Guitar for the Practicing Musician, and the editor, John Sticks, he wrote, he said in this personal note to me, let me know I was going to be in the magazine in the Spotlight column. He said a lot of really cool, positive stuff, but he said, whatever you do, play out live as much as possible. And I didn't understand really what he meant till later. We talked about this in some of these, but I mean, the bad gigs teach you as much as the good, if not more. And all the things that can go wrong, they're going to build your confidence. Every time you get out there and you get banged up a little bit, you got to push through all that fear. Those are really good things. But it's also good to just be out live and see people. And I don't do that enough. Sometimes I'll be on tour for a long time and I like to hide out in the studio. And hiding out ain't going to help anybody. So it's there's a lot to it. And I always say the knowledge you can't get in college. I think it's really important that musicians are out on the street too. No disrespect to the Berkeley cats and the MIT cats, but I think the people that, if it's just school and it's not getting on the street and getting your hands dirty and getting in too deep, then I think that can show up in the music. So here's to live music, man. It's still the best thing in the entire world. All right, folks. Well, yeah, it's good to be back here. Some fun stuff. We'll have some electricity next time. I love y'all. Hope everybody's doing good. Talk to you soon.